Ouch! Is your audio really that crappy? I mean, you gotta upgrade, but I know you're pretty much broke. So on this episode, I'm gonna be discussing the best budget $50 microphone on the market. Let's roll that intro. Hey, it's AKAJK, welcome back to another episode of the JK Tech Show. Of course, I have to do the classic hair swipe that everyone, gets triggered by whenever I do it. Anyways, on this episode, as I just stated, I'm going to be discussing the best $50 budget microphone on the market. So, before I get started, I'd like to make sure you subscribe to my podcast, the AKAJK Audio Show, which happens every single day. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what microphone you're currently using, if any at all, for kind of creating content or just kind of, gaming or whatever microphone that you use. And follow me on all social media at AKAJK. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. So the microphone that is being put on the hot seat today is the Neewer Nw7000 USB cardioid microphone. Now, this is available on Amazon for under $50 with the full bundle. I'm pretty sure it's like 40 or something like that, maybe even less. But this comes with a standard microphone, a black cable which I lost, so I replaced it with this kind of like beigeish grey one. Anyway, it's a pretty cheap cable you can find on Amazon if you lose it for like 80p or something like that. A foam filter that goes on top, one of those large bendable arm stands which I broke, and obviously a kind of a shock mount where you can place the microphone in. So, that's what comes with it inside of sort of the box. I had done an unboxing video about 6 months ago, and I just wanted to get used to it over this time. I've also been putting this video off to record, but people have been asking how I get the audio, how I film these kind of videos. So I decided the microphone is one of the main parts of recording videos, so it's going to be a full review on this episode. Anyways, thankfully, this requires no phantom power. You can add sort of an additional audio hub or whatever, but you don't need it. You can just plug it right into your computer. It works on Windows or Mac. I'm using a Mac right now, so I can definitely kind of justify that it works. And on the side, it says definitely works on Windows. You can see all the YouTube videos, they use Windows computers. I'm using a Mac and it works, so it definitely works on all Windows and Mac platforms. To record said audio, I use the platform Audacity, which is recording this audio right now, and I'm using the Nw7000 right now, and I've been using that for the past 6 months, actually more than 6 months, since April of 2018, so that is about 10 months, I don't know, maybe a bit less, but anyway, around that kind of number. I've made tons of videos with this kind of microphone, just using this microphone and the camera, so I can definitely assure you that the quality from all the tests that I've done and everything like that is pretty great. And just to sort of settle your nerves, first, this is an audio test. You can hear it right now. The past couple of weeks of content have been on this. Pretty much, but most of my videos have been recorded using this. Unless you see me wearing those earphones, that means I was recording using my Apple AirPods, which I now lost. But anyways, I didn't have the microphone available at the time. So, currently, I am using this USB microphone on the platform Audacity recording. Really, the platform doesn't really matter. The audio is edited. Usually kind of added some extra volume, some extra bass. If you want to hear it unedited, this is currently the unedited audio. Back into edited audio. And for some quick audio tests, let's go. So, I'm going to do like a quick typing test pretty close to the microphone. This is just me sort of typing at the keyboard and talking at the same time. The keyboard is kind of to the left of the microphone. Probably I should bring it closer so it's in front where it normally would be when you're gaming or something like that. Blah, blah, blah. Obviously this was kind of neutral. Put the keyboard to the side. That's with the keyboard test. Now what I'm going to do is, let's see this chair. It does make a lot of noise when you move it around, like let's see how much of that you picked up. It was pretty loud in normal sound. Let's see how much of the microphone picked up. You'll be obviously hearing it right now. And finally, I'm going to bring the microphone as close as possible. Alright, this is my voice when I'm speaking right next to the microphone. As you can see on the screen right now, I'm pretty close to the microphone. The audio should sound pretty loud, so I'm going to turn it down. You're going to hear it probably at a much lower decibel, but this is what it'll sound like, edited very close to the microphone. Let's see, this distance from the microphone, can I get autofocus on? Okay, well, just wait a bit. This distance from the microphone, this is what it sounds like. Bringing it back to where I usually have it, that is what it sounds like. Now, if I return, I don't know how much this is, but it's pretty far from my usual distance. I don't know if you can actually hear me right now. Anyway, that was the audio test from pretty kind of much further than I usually do record from, which is why with this microphone, being a cardioid microphone, you want to face the one front angle, which is where the logo is facing. It says Neewer. That is where the audio is going to be picked up from. Anything around and back is not going to get picked up. And if you're a bit too far, then you're pretty much screwed. The microphone will not pick up any of the audio if you get just a bit too far. So, close as possible is definitely what you always want when using this microphone. Now, just in terms of looks, it has this sort of clean metal chassis. A blue sort of color looks really nice. I have this little filter, slides on and off. I do have a pop filter over there. Really, I don't need it that much. It's just when, like, it does have its benefits. It cuts out all the puzz and the buzz and just adds its normal cleanliness to the audio. But there are a lot of reasons why I'm not able to use them. I do have this sort of filter thing on top. The pop filter is just an extra I did buy for like $5 or $10, something like that. Anyways, it does have a few uses. And now to stand the microphone up, I'm using a tabletop mount. I decided it's much more minimal than this huge arm mount. I slide it to the side of my desk next to the pop filter and a few pop figures because it's all the pop section. I just keep it on the right of my desk. I have a huge desk, one of the biggest in IKEA. And I just slide it to the side. It just goes unnoticed. Whenever I need it, bring it on and start recording just by kind of plug and play. You don't really need to do anything as long as you have a software to record from. You're sorted. Now the stand I use is available on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description down below, along with the microphone, and usually my gear is on kit, so you can just probably check the description down below. Anyways, I just want to conclude this episode with this sort of review and overall summary of what this microphone is and everything about that. First of all, in my opinion, the audio quality is really amazing. $50, you are just getting the best bang for your buck. Like, I would definitely think this would sound like a $200 microphone. Most people wouldn't be able to tell the difference between this or even like a $300 microphone. It's all about the way you edit, how close you are, even the way your voice sounds. For example, people like Matt Davella, they just have a naturally calm and chilled out voice. They talk like they're half asleep and it just sounds amazing. And not trying to offend Matt Davella or any creators with a similar sort of voice. I love it. I'm always trying to get it, but I'm just a bit too energetic. Theirs is just sort of toned down, slow talking, chilled out, trying to give a calm, minimalist kind of view because it makes minimalist content. Anyway, things like that, of course, the way you speak and the tone, the speed, the pitch, all that kind of jazz will obviously sort of change the kind of audio sound. The amount of bass you like to add, all that kind of preferences obviously changes how the audio sounds. Now, Neewer Nw7000, probably give it a solid 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 just because obviously it can be better. That's just really, a 10 out of 10 doesn't really exist. Now maybe in 10 years this will be like a 1 out of 10 because of course the advancement of microphones. But at the current point in time, 2018, 2019, 2020, obviously 2018 is past, that's like, 2019, 2020, maybe even 2021, this microphone stays around an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It's really great. Definitely recommend it to anyone who's trying to buy a microphone on a budget. Most people won't even notice it's a cheaper microphone. hugely recommend it. And if you just want to see what it sounds like, that's definitely been proven multiple times in this episode. This is what it sounds like, and every episode of the JK Tech Show pretty much is recorded on this, aside from the exception with the earphones that I said. And that's pretty much about it for this Neewer Nw7000 review. All links in the description to all the products, and hopefully I'll catch you tonight for the episode of The Daily Grind, which is my vlog series on the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications so you're notified when that comes out. And of course, I'm going to be posting these JK Tech Show videos every day of the week. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and of course I'll catch you later tonight, because here at AKAJK, the grind is daily.